Now, I've got a question here, and we may have partially covered it. The single most powerful and valuable feature on LinkedIn, and how do you? So, what do you perceive as the single most valuable?
Okay, on the assumption that you've put some real effort into your profile, to me, the single most valuable feature on LinkedIn is the who viewed my profile. Because let's put it this way, if you have a website, wouldn't it be great if you knew the names and contact details of everybody who visited your website? Now, that's quite difficult to actually do, but if on LinkedIn, they're actually showing you who's visited your profile, and that's fantastic information to have.
Oh, it looks a bit down on mine today, isn't it?
Now,
that's not good, is it?
If you look at the one on the top left there, look who's visited your profile today.
Oh, right.
So you can see that I visited your profile today.
Yep.
Now, and I've done that on purpose because I figured that we'd talk about this at some particular point. Now, this here tells us so much information. It shows us are the right people looking at your profile. To me, that's the first thing. If maybe my target market is, for sake of argument, financial advisors, and I've got a whole bunch of accountants looking at my profile page, that's telling me, right, well, my profile isn't appealing to financial advisors and I'm getting my keywords wrong, but for some reason I'm appealing to accountants. Maybe that's a new market that I should be going for. So you should look at that as valuable data, and then the best part about it is that we can then get in touch with these people and say to them, thanks for looking at my profile today, John or Sue. Hope something caught your eye. And try and get a conversation going.
There's a lot of conversation about whether you come off LinkedIn, off the platform, and you take them into your own platform, into your own CRM systems. What's your opinion on that?
Again, depends why you're on LinkedIn in the first place. The way I look at LinkedIn is as a medium to draw attention to myself. I'm marketing myself. Everybody on LinkedIn is marketing themselves in some way, shape or form. But if people then do come and visit my profile, it means I'm getting something right. Maybe I've got my keyword strategy right. Maybe I'm being active in the right places on LinkedIn. But then what I'm looking to do is try and figure out, so why did this person here, why did they have a look at my profile? And why did this person? So I have a look at their profile and see if there's something in common. Maybe we've got a mutual connection in some way. And if I think this is an interesting one, all I'm trying to do next is to start a conversation that I hope will end up in a coffee shop. And once you're starting to build that dialogue, a relationship starts to build, and who knows where that will go afterwards. It's extremely unlikely that someone will arrive on your profile and say, I've seen your profile, I want to buy your thing or your stuff. That it's extremely rare that that happens. What tends to happen first in business is conversations start, relationships build, then we get into the meat and potatoes of the relationship.
And would you say one of the other biggest mistakes are that people just don't use this kind of analytics properly? They don't step back and actually realise that's what they should be doing with it. Well, they feel that they'll do their profile, they do the bit of marketing, they make the connections, they send out the invitations, and they do nothing with it.
Yeah, that's exactly what the overwhelming majority, and when I say the overwhelming majority, I mean it's like in the high 95, 98% of people never bother to personalise a connection request, never bother to say thank you to someone for looking at their profile. I mean, to me this one is a blinding realisation for many people, and I've had clients say to me, the very first time they said thank you to someone for looking at their profile, they ended up with a piece of business. Just by simply doing what human beings do. We all tend to think that social media is this piece of magic, that it does all the work for us. It doesn't do all the work for us unless you are just doing heavy duty, maybe Facebook advertising or heavy duty LinkedIn advertising. Just because you're on social media, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get any business. Our websites, we've got to stop looking at our websites as the be all and end all of our internet existence. And start looking at LinkedIn as very much part of our proposition. And if people are kind enough to give us their name and contact details by looking at our profile, there is the most fantastic opportunity to follow it up. Thanks for looking at my profile today, Steve. I hope something caught your eye. Is there anybody in my network that I can connect you to? Thanks in advance. And there's a good chance that you'll respond to that. And I've had people many times write back and say, oh, I was looking at your profile because I'm looking for a speaker on XYZ, or I was looking at your profile because we need some help for some training in our business. So if you don't talk to people, nothing will happen.
The clue's in the word social.
Yeah.
It goes two ways. Philip Calvert, international speaker, author and LinkedIn strategist, is my guest on today's edition of Business Connections Live.